here is a river. Here is our farm. See how close it is? Literally 5 meters away. Now, the river causes us an absolute nightmare once a year when it floods. It doesn't always flood, but it gets damn high, and if we have a lot of rain at the same time, which inevitably we do, we then get flooded. But we're going to make the river work for us for once. Down here we're going to have a pump, a solar powered pump on the end of a pipe. The pipe's going to run up and it's going to go underneath this road. These pipes are what will go underneath the road, and it's going to come out in this empty, barren, dry pond. 4-inch pipe to pull the water out by the solar pump, and then some 1-inch pipe, and within the 1-inch pipe we will insert some 1/2-inch pipe, and within the 1/2-inch pipe will be the wire from the solar panels to the pump. Does that make sense? So here I am in this dry, empty pond, and the river is just over that little ridge there. This will be full of water once we start pumping it from the river.
แล้วค่อยไปลี้คนตัดมาถึงคนตัดคนตัดสิเดียวไปถึง5 ไร่เลย500 ไร่บอกเขาอยู่บอกหมอนั่นไม่มีตรง5 ต้นไม่ไหวบ่ล่ะนั่งเอาต้นน้อยๆเลยต้นใหญ่เลยผู้ชายเขาเบียดต้นใหญ่บ่ไหวเลยได้ค่าขนมเราบ่เนาะ
I'm watching these women struggle with these logs. We're paying them. We're paying them. Well, we've got a deal. I'll explain what the deal is. I've had to walk away because of the sound of the chainsaws. So the deal we have with these guys, we're not paying them to do this job, to cut down all these trees and take them away. What's happening is they have a bit of a sideline on their farm, which is making charcoal. I'll show you the process a bit later on, but for now, the deal that we've had with them is we tell them which trees we don't want anymore because we need access for this new water system. God, it's all go today. So we tell them which trees we don't want, they cut them down and take them away, they cut them up, make charcoal out of them, and then they give us half the charcoal back for our own personal use, which will last us a couple of years, I'm sure, because it's quite a few trees we're going to give them. The price for this is quite mature. It was 180 baht. It's quite a mature plant or tree that it's over 1 year old. But 180 baht, again, there's a conversion there. That's a steal, that. Doesn't feel like the end of February, it feels like the middle of September. We've had a lot of rain in the night. It's been about 5 months since we had any rain here. I've actually forgotten how nice it feels to feel that rain. That's why you're so muddy, isn't it, Judy, eh? Don't terrorize those birds. So we're going to head to our neighbour's coconut farm because they've got a digger and we want to make use of that digger. Sawadee khap.
สรุปว่าสิจบบ่ไม่เอาเป็นยังเอาสะอาดคือบ่เฮ็ดต่อกันเพราะว่า
Have a little walk down here, away from. Oh, it's all muddy, isn't it? That's the problem when it rains. I shouldn't be complaining, should I? I've really wanted some rain. I've been craving it, but then, you know, I'm used to wearing flip-flops. As soon as it rains, you've got to deal with this. I'm not going through there. No chance. Not in flip-flops. I should have worn bloody wellies, should I? $40 a kilo.
but she sell the seed 2,000 baht per kilo
กินได้ฟรี
ชิม
กินได้ปลาแดกแจวนางซื้อแจวน้ำมือนั่นขายอยู่ว่าปีนั้นไปตลาดนัดบ้านลาดหนูไปเห็นหนูสะออนหนูก็หอบเอาลังเทื่อสะออนแฮะมาเอา500เพิ่นพยายามให้ปลูกอยู่เบิดร้านถึง100 โล 1,000 โลคือแบบตัวนี้ล่ะ
So these kind of places are all over Thailand, all over, everywhere really. You come and you pick your own, and then you weigh them at the end. You pay per kilo. But obviously you can nibble on the way around as well. So, got to say, they're very tasty tomatoes. They're much tastier than the sort of rubbish that we've been buying in macro. Today is a very exciting day because we have a digger. Let's go and see how this digger is getting on. So the whole idea is to join up the ponds that we've got and the existing canals into one big system. So we've had to build a new canal to join the others up. Very deep, out. Very deep. D. Ôi, yeah, nhức. We've asked them to cut down a couple of the trees. We needed to open up the space and give that pond a bit of sunlight anyway, so we figured we'd do it all one foul swoop. I'll let you know at the end of the video how much this is costing us. We're paying per hour for this, so I shall let you know at the back end of the video, so keep watching. He's making sure we've got a path on either side of the canal there. Stamp. Well, all those heavy rain clouds have suddenly just buggered away. Been left with gorgeous blue skies. Let's check the afternoon progress of this digger. It's looking good. In order to open up the channel between these two ponds would have meant basically tearing this tree down here. and that's something that we're not comfortable doing. So we've had to go for the slightly more expensive option of digging a fresh section of canal to join up, basically to bypass these two ponds. We will do something with those ponds in the future. We need to cut some trees down. We've cut a few down today, in fact, but not big old ones like that. I mean, look, I don't know how old that tree is. It could be 100 years old. I don't know, it could be 50 years old, but I'm not going to cut it down, that's for sure. So this is the very end of the original canal, in the far corner of the farm now. And you cut through this grass. So you can see now the plan. This digger is almost finished. He's going to go around the corner here and he's going to join up this last section, which will link up this canal to the new one. There we go, the canals have joined, it's all connected now. Just chasing this last little bit of water, which should reach this pond. We have tomatoes in every available space in the kitchen. Crazy. So the digger driver has had a day off. It's now the next morning, very early. It looks a little bit barren and pretty ugly right now. But this is progression, isn't it? You know, you've got to take 5 steps backwards in order to take 10 steps forward. So I don't mind that it looks like shit. It looks like a war zone. Now it all looks so sparse and ugly simply because, well, 2 reasons. Firstly, and the main one, is obviously there's no water flowing into any of this yet. That's stage 2, which will happen in a few days or maybe next week. Now, the second reason it looks so bloody awful is because it's all fresh brown earth and there's no growth yet. Now, what will happen is it will stay like this up until the rainy season in about May. The rains will pour down for 3 or 4 months non-stop, and then before we know it, it'll all be green and lush and beautiful, with nice fresh river water flowing through here every single day. Let's just go and see how my mates are doing, my little modang. Covered up these mangoes. Somebody suggested the damaged one needs to be picked off, so there we go, and put back into the earth. So do me some good, little mango. I'm sorry you will never be eaten by a human or by me. Instead, you'll be eaten by the earth. These bags are fantastic. We buy them online within Thailand and they cost 100 baht for 100 bags. And actually you could reuse them. They're only wrapped around the fruit. even more tomatoes I've just spotted. Drying in the sun. So now both those original canals on either side of the farm are now connected. There's obviously just no water going through them yet. So the last thing for this digger guy is to do exactly the same as what he's done here at the other end of this canal. This is one of the reasons I absolutely love Thailand. It's because you don't have to ask anybody's permission to do something like this. If I was back in the UK, and look, I don't mean to criticise the UK when I say this, it's a different world, isn't it? But to get a job done at this scale, at this magnitude, you'd have to jump through 1,000 different hoops. You couldn't just ring a guy who's got a digger and the next day get everything done. Absolutely no way. And look, I know Thailand has its downfalls, but this is one of the good things. So here we are back at the start of the video. Here's the river, here's the road, there's the pond, the dry pond. So I guess if a vehicle comes down the road now, they'll have to just wait until this is finished. I don't know. It's the only road. It's the only road in both directions. There's no other way to get either way. There's no back road. This is it. So there you have it. Job is a good one, a success. So they were here for 2 days, pretty much 2 full days, 12 hours in total, and we were paying 2,500 baht per hour for everything complete. There was no extra costs on top of that, and so the total that we paid for this entire job is 30,000 baht. There's a conversion on the screen as ever. Let me know in the comments if you think that's good value for money or whether you think we've been ripped off. Personally, I think it's an absolute gem of a price. I think that's an absolute bargain for what we've got. So anyway, I need to edit this video, I need to get to the airport, I need to get up to Chiang Mai for a couple of days, shooting another very different video up there, and then I'll get back after the weekend and we shall crack on with setting up the solar system so as we can actually pump water out of that river, and you can see all this fresh, beautiful, clean river water being pumped around the farm. I cannot wait.